Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on modern online shopping. We've got sources looking into an online store, Veloraform. That's TryVeloraform.com. Sells very stylish home goods, furniture, that kind of thing.
It's really modern, minimalist.
Exactly. And here's our mission today. How do we make sense of this? You've got a website that looks super professional, very established.
Right. Claims they've shipped over 30,000 orders already.
But then let's say, the background checks, the data paint a totally different picture, maybe even a risky one. So, yeah, let's unpack that conflict.
Well, the first impression, it's impressive, honestly. A site is polished, great photos, mirrors, nice loungers. Everything looks high-end. They've got star ratings featured prominently. It really gives off this vibe of a trustworthy, established brand.
The kind of place you'd feel okay buying a sofa from online, maybe.
Precisely. It ticks all those aesthetic boxes.
Yeah.
Designed to make you feel comfortable.
Okay, but here's where it gets really interesting. Those verification sources, they dug in, and picture changes. Fast.
Yeah, it changes dramatically.
So things like Scam Advisor, what did they say?
Extremely low trust score, like really low, high risk level flagged.
And why? What was the reasoning?
A big one was the domain registration. It was only 3 months old when checked. Just 3 months.
Wow. Okay. For a site claiming 30,000 orders shipped, that doesn't quite add up.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Plus, limited transparency was another key issue they cited.
And other sources, like Grindoff, did they find similar things?
Pretty much confirmed it. Grindoff gave it a score around, I think, 23 out of 100. Again, flagged the recent registration. They also pointed out hidden ownership details. You couldn't easily see who was actually behind the site.
Hidden ownership, that always feels a bit off.
It's a classic red flag.
Yeah.
And they noted long web traffic patterns, which can sometimes suggest, complex or maybe dropshipping setups from far away.
Okay, so let's connect the dots here. What does this combination usually mean? New domain, hidden owner.
Well, if you put it all together, a brand new domain, ownership details deliberately obscured. That pattern is really common. It's typical for sites that haven't built up any real track record yet, or, the less charitable interpretation.
Is that they don't intend to stick around long enough to build one.
Exactly. It can be characteristic of sites designed to operate for a short time, maybe collect payments, and then potentially just vanish. Legitimate long-term businesses usually aren't set up this way.
Right. Transparency matters for trust. So beyond these, technical scores and domain checks, what about actual people, customers? What were their experiences like? Did the sources look at reviews, maybe Trustpilot or similar places?
They did. And that really added weight to all the concerns. It wasn't just theoretical risk anymore.
Okay, so what did the reviews say? Mostly good, mostly bad?
Overwhelmingly bad. We're talking almost universally one-star reviews for the related domain. It was quite striking.
1 star. What were the main complaints?
Really consistent themes. The biggest one, orders simply never arrived. People paid, waited, and nothing.
Ouch. Just total non-delivery.
Yeah, multiple reports of that. And then trying to get help, forget it. Customer support was reportedly completely unresponsive. Emails ignored, phone numbers maybe didn't work.
So no product, no help. Anything else?
There were also some worrying reports of unexpected extra charges popping up after the initial purchase, like hidden fees or currency conversion issues maybe.
Okay, that's a bad combination. Non-delivery and surprise charges.
And what's really telling here is the pattern. When you see multiple detailed reports all saying the same thing, I paid, nothing came, nobody answers, that becomes one of the strongest signals you can get. It directly contradicts that polished website. It suggests the operational side, the actual fulfillment, just isn't happening reliably or maybe at all. The promise kind of stops when the payment goes through.
So putting it all together, polished site, claims of huge volume, but then rock-bottom trust scores, brand new domain, hidden details, and a flood of complaints about not getting products.
Yeah, that's the picture.
What's the verdict then? The analysis seems to lean heavily towards, significant risk, right?
Extremely high risk, I'd say. The whole setup looks very similar to operations that, frankly, failed to deliver after taking payment. It acts like a sophisticated front.
So for you listening, what's the practical takeaway? If you stumble upon a site like this, looks great, maybe prices are tempting. The sources are pretty clear. First, check the domain age if you can. If it's super new, like under a year, and making huge claims like 30,000 orders, huge red flag.
Absolutely. That discrepancy is key.
And if you still decide you want to risk it, maybe for a small item.
You absolutely must use a payment method with strong buyer protection. Think PayPal or a credit card. Something where you can actually dispute the charge if the goods don't show up.
Right. No direct bank transfers, no debit cards on these kinds of sites. You need that safety net.
Definitely. In this whole case, it really raises a fundamental question for online shopping, doesn't it? Beyond the nice pictures and the attractive prices, how much weight should you really be putting on those less visible factors? Things like transparent ownership, a verifiable history through domain age. Especially when you see a massive claim, like shipping 30,000 plus orders, that just seems impossible given the site's actual lifespan, like being only 3 months old. That clash, that conflict between the story they tell and the verifiable facts, that's maybe the single most important red flag you need to train yourself to spot.